Hello, my name is Kirioth, and today we are going to talk about the fact that it would appear that Funko Pops are coming to Warhammer 40,000, or Warhammer 40,000 is coming to Funko Pops, whichever way you want to put it. I guess it depends on where your priorities lie. As someone who's more on the 40k side of things, I'd say it's coming to Funko Pops, but if you're an avid collector of the big head, small body brigade, then you might view it the other way round. To be honest, at first this was just one of those things where I was like, I was neither overwhelmed nor underwhelmed by the idea that we would see Warhammer 40,000 Funko Pops, because God knows you can get them for literally every other fucking IP on the planet, so it kind of makes sense that Games Workshop stuff would end up there eventually, right? I think it's like an inevitability thing. If you want to get in on the cheap and... well, probably not that cheap, actually, but if you want to get in on the kind of cheerful and easy, like, pop culture train, it's Funko Pops, because every person in the world apparently has some sort of interest in them. Not myself personally, but... and I was like, okay, I'm neither overwhelmed nor I'm whelmed. They exist. Possibly. Maybe. We're not sure. We don't have a teaser image that says make space on your shelf. Until someone just linked me into something on Twitter, which does in fact confirm that there is going to be a bunch of Warhammer 40,000 Funko Pops, and in a weird way, it looks like they're actually doing it in a kind of like a different way to what I'd assume. See, I would assume that if we're going to have 40k Funko Pops, what it would be an Ultramarine, and that would be it. Like a one-off, here you go, here's a thing, look at this collaboration we did, isn't it great? If you collect these things, brilliant. If you don't, well, here's a one-off, you might want to get in on this because it's 40k and you like 40k. No, there is actually quite a number of these things. So Wargaming Dave linked me into this on Twitter, and it is a picture which I think is actually taken from Facebook, which is a screenshot of something else. Very convoluted, but the point is that as you can see in front of you, your very eyes in front of you, there are multiple ones of these. So there is a figurine that is Dark Angel's veteran. There is a Bloodclaw pack leader. There is a Primaris intercessor, and there is an Assault Marine. Which means, weirdly, not only are there multiple Funko Pops from multiple chapters by the look of things, but it's also spread between normal Space Marines and Primaris Space Marines. Which is actually genuinely baffling to me, because, for a start, I was going to say, how do you make that distinction with a figure with a head that's bigger than the body, where, let's face it, most of them look pretty much the same. But actually, I guess, differences in helmets, so on and so forth. I'm just more surprised that not only is it not just Ultramarines, it's not just Primaris, that, like a Dark Angel's veteran, a Bloodclaw pack leader, an Assault Marine, and a specified Primaris intercessor, they're actually doing this properly. They're approaching it from the collectible side of thing, not from the, hey, here's a one-off fun thing you can do. As to how I actually feel about it, as I say, I'm pretty much whelmed. If you are into collecting Funko Pops and you're into collecting 40k, this might be the best news that you've had all week, although it's only Tuesday, so, better things might yet come. If you are only into 40k and you're not that bothered about Funko Pops and have never been really all that bothered about them, then enjoy. I absolutely, knock yourself out. If you want to grab it, go for it. To be honest, when I say it's a pretty standard way to branch out, that's not in like an insulting way. I think it's probably a safe bet that there will be a good number of people into this hobby who are also into other collectible hobbies. It's not exactly a stretch of the imagination to think that if you enjoy collecting a bunch of plastic figures you put up yourself, you might also put together yourself. You might also enjoy collecting a bunch of figures that you don't put together yourself. It's not exactly out of this world reasoning, is it? So it kind of makes sense. And to be honest, as I say, it's one of those quick and easy things in terms of, like, not low effort marketing, but if you can partner with them and you're prepared to give away some of your stuff for your IP, if you're prepared to go into some sort of partnership, they will take the stuff that you do and they will spread it literally everywhere, because this stuff is literally everywhere. So it's a kind of, I guess, standard expansion of an IP. It's a good way of spreading the brand around without actually really affecting your main customer base, without affecting your main product. If it brings more people in, great. If the only people who buy it are people who are already interested in 40k, that's still a win for Games Workshop, because God knows we are slaves to the plastic crack, and they know that. So, yeah, I mean, it's a thing that's happening. Whether you're excited about it or not is entirely subjective. I'm very happy for those of you who do enjoy such things. Me personally, I'm going to carry on just assembling a bajillion Redempted Dreadnoughts, and that'll be it, really. Although, I don't know, if they look good, it's never been something I've been interested in before. Whether this is something that would sway me, I don't know. I'd need to see it. Probably not. But if it's your deal, then congratulations. You have another method now, another route by which to funnel money into Games Workshop for collectible things. So enjoy that. Now, let me know what you think in the comments down below. In it, like it, don't care? Like, is it bad news, good news? Let me know what you think about this. Funko Pops that are Warhammer 40k, like Primaris Intercessors and Dark Angels Veterans. I mean, at least there's variety, right? At least they're actually doing multiple chapters and actually putting multiple things in there. It's not just going to be one dude. That's kind of something. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. In the meantime, feel free to click all the things, Patreon, video, subscribe, all that shit. Click it if you like, don't click if you don't want to, and I'll see you for the next one. Toodaloo.